Maya was one of the best agents in the FBI. She was strong, smart, and never gave up on her work. Everyone who knew her respected her for her courage and her sharp mind. Maya grew up in a small town where she saw many problems in the world, but she always wanted to help people and make things better. When she joined the FBI, she promised herself she would always fight for justice. No matter what, one morning Maya arrived at the city where she would work for the next few months. This city had many challenges. It was big and busy, but there were also many problems between the police and the people who lived there. Some people in the community did not trust the police because they felt the officers treated them unfairly. Maya knew this was not a good situation. She wanted to help fix this problem. She believed that everyone should be treated with respect and fairness. Maya started her work by meeting her team and learning about the cases she would help with. She was given a special assignment to look into some complaints from the community about the local police. Many people said that some officers were not fair to certain groups of people, especially those from minority communities. Maya listened carefully to these stories. She wanted to understand what was really happening. At first, Maya tried to watch quietly. She went to different parts of the city, talked to community members, and visited police stations. She was polite and careful. Maya knew she had to be smart because sometimes people did not want to talk openly about these issues. Some officers were friendly, but others seemed uncomfortable when Maya asked questions. Still, she kept working. She wanted to find the truth one day. Maya was at a local police station waiting to meet an officer who had asked for her help. While she waited, she noticed Officer Daniels. He was a man in his late 40s, with a stern face and a loud voice. Maya saw how Daniels spoke to some people outside the station. His tone was harsh and not kind. Maya felt something was wrong. As days passed, Maya paid more attention to Officer Daniels. She saw how he treated people on the street. Sometimes he stopped young men from certain neighborhoods and asked many questions. But when she saw him talk to other people from different areas, his tone was softer. Maya felt that Daniels was not being fair. Maya also heard stories from the community. People whispered that Officer Daniels was known for being racist. They said he used bad words and made unfair arrests. Some people were scared to say these things out loud because they worried about getting in trouble. Maya wanted to protect these people and make sure their voices were heard. Maya knew she could not make accusations without proof. So, she started to collect information quietly. She took notes about what she saw and heard. Officers who worked with Daniels, some of them said they had noticed his behavior too, but they were afraid to speak up. Maya listened to their stories and promised them she would be careful. While doing all this, Maya faced challenges. Some people in the police department did not like her asking questions. They said she was causing problems and that the police already had enough stress. Maya stayed calm and did not argue. She knew her job was to find the truth, not to make enemies. Maya also met with community leaders who wanted to work with the police to make things better. They told Maya that trust was broken, but they hoped for change. Maya promised to do her best to help. She knew this work was important not only for the city but for many places like it. Every day, Maya grew more determined. She remembered why she became an FBI agent, to help people and bring justice. She thought about the families who were scared of the police and the officers who worked hard to protect their community fairly. Maya wanted to make a difference. One afternoon, Maya watched as Officer Daniels stopped a young man named Jamal. Jamal was walking home from school. Daniels asked him many questions in a sharp voice. Jamal looked nervous and confused. Maya saw that Jamal had done nothing wrong. After a few minutes, Daniels let Jamal go, but with a warning that seemed unfair. Maya felt sadness and anger. She knew she had to act. Maya started planning her next steps. She would keep watching, collecting facts, and talking to people who had experienced or seen Daniels' behavior. She knew it would be difficult, but Maya believed that justice was worth fighting for. She wanted to show that no one is above the law, not even a police officer. As the sun set over the city, Maya felt ready for the challenge ahead. She was not alone. The community wanted change, and some officers wanted to do the right thing too. Maya smiled quietly to herself. She was ready to stand strong and make sure that fairness and respect won over hate and fear. Maya's work became more focused after she saw how Officer Daniels treated Jamal unfairly. She knew that this was not just one small problem, but part of a bigger issue. Daniels's behavior showed clear signs of racial bias. Maya wanted to understand everything carefully before making any serious moves. She knew this kind of problem could hurt many people if it was not stopped. Every day Maya watched Daniels closely. She paid attention not only to what he said, but how he acted. Sometimes Daniels spoke loudly and used harsh words when talking to people from certain neighborhoods. But with others, he was calm and polite. Maya could see the difference clearly. She wrote down everything she saw, making sure to have a clear record. Maya also talked to people in the community. Some were afraid to speak out, but many trusted her because she was kind and honest. They told her about times when Daniels stopped them for no good reason. Some said he made unfair accusations or treated them with disrespect. These stories were sad, but they helped Maya understand the real problem. Maya knew that to fix this, she needed proof, not just stories. So she used her skills to collect strong evidence. She recorded what she saw, gathered witness statements, and found documents that showed a pattern of unfair behavior. She worked carefully to avoid any mistakes. Maya wanted the truth to be clear and strong. At the same time, Maya talked to other officers. Some were uncomfortable with Daniels's behavior, but did not know what to do. They worried about losing their jobs or being disliked by others. Maya listened to them and encouraged them to share what they knew. She promised to keep their names private if they wanted. Slowly, more officers came forward with their concerns. Even though Maya had some support, she faced challenges. Some people in the police department did not want her asking questions. They said she was making the department look bad. Sometimes Maya felt alone, but she reminded herself that she was doing the right thing. Justice was more important than popularity. Maya also learned that Daniels sometimes used offensive language. In private, he made rude jokes and spoke badly about people from certain races. It showed that his bias was not just in his work but deep inside. Maya felt angry but stayed calm. She knew she had to be professional and focused on the facts. The community began to notice Maya's efforts. Some people came to meetings to talk about their experiences. They felt hope because someone was finally listening. Maya worked with community leaders to build trust. She told them she wanted to make the police better, not just punish bad officers. One day Maya went to a community meeting where many people shared their stories. A woman named Mrs. Johnson spoke about her son who had been stopped by Daniels many times without reason. She said her son felt scared and angry. Maya listened carefully and promised to do everything she could to help. Maya's work made her tired, but she never gave up. She knew this was a long fight. She spent late nights reviewing her notes and planning her next steps. Sometimes she felt sad thinking about all the people hurt by unfair treatment. But she also felt strong because she believed change was possible. Maya began to see small signs of change. Some officers started to act differently. They seemed more careful and respectful. Maya hoped that her work was helping to create a better environment in the police department. She also prepared to face Daniels directly. Maya knew this would be hard. Daniels was proud and did not like being questioned, but Maya was ready. She had facts and the support of many people. She believed that fairness and respect must win. As she walked through the city streets one evening, Maya thought about her mission. She remembered why she joined the FBI, to protect people and bring justice. The path was difficult, but Maya was ready to continue. She knew that with patience and courage, she could help change the city for the better. Maya knew that gathering strong proof was the key to making a difference. She could not rely only on stories or feelings. She needed clear evidence that showed Officer Daniels was acting unfairly and breaking the rules. Maya was careful. She did not want to rush and make mistakes. She wanted her case to be strong and fair. She started by using her skills as an FBI agent. Maya carefully recorded conversations and took notes when she saw Daniels behaving badly. She used hidden cameras and microphones where it was allowed. Sometimes she asked people to write down what they saw or heard. She made sure to keep everything. safe, and organized. Maya also talked to victims of Daniels' unfair actions. Some were scared to come forward, but Maya made them feel safe. She listened without judging. She told them their voices mattered. Slowly, more people agreed to share their stories. They described how Daniels stopped them without cause, spoke rudely, or treated them differently because of their race. Maya wrote down every detail. She asked questions like, "When did it happen? Where were you? What did Daniels say? Who else saw it?" She collected names, dates, and places. This information helped Maya build a clear picture of Daniels' behavior over time. She also worked with the police department's internal affairs, a group that investigates officers' misconduct. Maya showed them what she had found so far. Some members of internal affairs wanted to help but were careful not to cause trouble in the department. Maya promised to work with them closely. While gathering evidence, Maya had to be careful not to put anyone in danger. She knew that some officers might get angry if they found out she was watching them. Maya kept her work secret and only shared information with trusted people. She did not want to create fights but wanted to find the truth. At the same time, Maya supported the people affected by Daniels. She helped them feel strong. She told them they were not alone. This support was important because many had lost trust in the police. Maya believed that by listening and helping, she could start to heal the wounds in the community. Maya also thought about how to present the evidence in a way that would make a difference. She knew that if the case was weak, Daniels might avoid punishment. Maya wanted to make sure the complaint was clear and fair. She prepared reports that showed patterns of Daniels' unfair actions, not just one or two mistakes. One day, Maya met with a young man named Carlos. Carlos had been stopped by Daniels several times. Each time, Daniels asked questions without reason and sometimes used rude words. Carlos was tired of feeling scared and treated unfairly. Maya listened carefully and took down his story. She asked if Carlos would be willing to speak up officially. Carlos agreed, trusting Maya to protect him. Maya also learned about a recording that showed Daniels using offensive language while on duty. The recording was important proof, Maya carefully added it to her collection of evidence. She knew that words like these could not be ignored. As the evidence grew, Maya felt more confident. She knew she had to prepare for a formal investigation. This meant that Daniels would have to answer for his actions. Maya planned how to present the evidence to the police leaders and to the community. She wanted to be clear and respectful, showing facts, not emotions. Maya also thought about how Daniels might react. She expected him to deny everything and try to defend himself. Maya was ready for this. She practiced staying calm and professional. She wanted to show that she was fair and honest. Maya believed that truth and respect were stronger than anger or lies. While working on the case, Maya found support from some officers who wanted change. They told her about Daniels' behavior in private and agreed that it was wrong. Maya encouraged them to join her effort. She promised that together they could make the police department better. Maya also worked with community leaders who supported her. They helped spread the message that fairness was important. Maya and the leaders planned meetings to talk about how to improve trust between the police and the people. These meetings helped people feel heard and hopeful. One evening, Maya received a call from a witness who had new information. The witness said they had seen Daniels treat a family unfairly during a traffic stop. Maya quickly wrote down the details and added them to her files. Every piece of information made the case stronger. Maya knew this was not just about one officer. It was about the whole system. She hoped that by stopping Daniels, she could help change the culture of the police department. Maya believed that respect and fairness should be the rule for everyone, no matter who they are. As the weeks passed, Maya prepared the formal complaint against Officer Daniels. She made sure it was complete and fair. Maya included all the proof she had collected: statements, recordings, notes, and reports. She wanted the complaint to show clearly why Daniels' actions were wrong and why they needed to be stopped. Maya also thought about the people affected by Daniels. She wanted them to feel safe and respected again. Maya planned to keep helping them after the complaint was made. She knew that true change takes time and work. Finally, Maya was ready to take the next step. She would present her findings to the police leaders and the internal affairs team. This was the moment where the case could move forward. Maya felt nervous but strong. She believed in justice and fairness. Maya knew that her work could help many people live without fear and with respect. The day had finally come when Maya was ready to face Officer Daniels with the evidence she had carefully gathered. She knew this moment would be difficult. Daniels was proud and stubborn, and he would not want to admit any wrongdoing. But Maya was prepared. She carried the truth with her, and that gave her strength. Maya arrived early at the police department for the meeting. The room was quiet and tense. Several important people were their leaders from the police department, members of the internal affairs team, and a few witnesses who were brave enough to come forward. Maya took a deep breath and looked around. She felt the weight of responsibility, but also the hope for change. When Officer Daniels entered the room, his face was hard and serious. He looked directly at Maya, as if trying to intimidate her. Maya stood tall and met his gaze calmly. She was not afraid. Maya knew that this was not about anger or fights, but about truth and justice. Maya began by presenting the facts. She showed the recordings, shared the witness statements, and explained the patterns she had found. Each piece of evidence was clear and strong. Maya spoke in a calm, clear voice, making sure everyone understood what she had discovered. Officer Daniels listened, but did not say much at first. When it was his turn to speak, he tried to deny the accusations. He said the stories were not true or were misunderstood. But Maya had prepared for this. She gently but firmly pointed out the contradictions in his statements. The evidence was too strong to ignore. The room was quiet as the leaders and the internal affairs team considered the information. Maya could feel the tension. Everyone knew this was a serious moment for the police department. It was not easy to admit that one, of their own, had acted unfairly. But it was necessary. Some officers in the room looked uncomfortable, but Maya saw others nodding in agreement. She knew that many wanted change, but needed courage to stand up for it. Maya hoped that this moment would inspire them to act. The witnesses who had come forward spoke bravely about their experiences. They described how Daniels' actions had hurt them and their families. Their voices were strong and honest. Maya was proud of them for trusting the process. After the meeting, the police leaders decided to take action. Officer Daniels would face consequences for his behavior. He was suspended while a full investigation continued. This was a clear message that racism and unfair treatment would not be accepted. Maya felt a mix of relief and determination. Was glad that the truth was finally being recognized, but she knew the work was not over.
Changing a system takes time and effort.
Maya planned to continue supporting the community and working with the police department to build trust and respect. In the days that followed, Maya saw small but important changes. Some officers began attending training sessions about fairness and respect. The police department started programs to improve relationships with the community. Maya helped organize meetings where people could speak openly and honestly. The community responded positively. People felt heard and valued. Maya heard stories of officers who treated people kindly and fairly. It was a sign that change was possible. Maya believed that these small steps would lead to a better future. Maya also took time to reflect on what had happened. She thought about the courage it took for people to speak up and the challenges they faced. Maya knew that standing against racism was not easy, but it was necessary. She felt proud to be part of the change. Maya continued her work with a clear purpose. She knew that many cities faced similar problems, and that her experience could help others. Maya hoped that her story would inspire people to stand up for justice, no matter how hard it seemed. Officer Daniels' case became an example of how fairness and truth can win. It showed that no one is above the law, and that everyone deserves respect. Maya's courage and dedication made a difference not only in this city, but also in the lives of many people who had felt powerless. As time passed, Maya stayed connected with the community. She listened, learned, and helped when she could. Maya knew that real change comes from working together and never giving up. She believed in a future where all people could live without fear and with dignity. Maya's story was one of hope and strength. It was proof that one person with courage and honesty can stand against injustice and help create a better world. Maya's journey showed that even in difficult times, truth and fairness can shine through. After the investigation and the actions taken against Officer Daniels, the city began to change. Maya watched closely as the police department started to work differently. The people in the community were hopeful, but they also knew it would take time to heal the wounds caused by unfair treatment. Maya wanted to help the healing process and make sure things got better for everyone. Maya continued to visit the neighborhoods and listen to the people. She talked to families, young men and women, and community leaders. Many told her they felt safer and more respected now. They said the police were more careful and kind. This made Maya happy. She knew her hard work was helping to bring trust. Back at the same time, the police department began training programs to teach officers about fairness, respect, and understanding. Maya helped organize these sessions. The training focused on how to treat all people equally, no matter their background. Maya believed this education was important for lasting change. Some officers who had not understood the problems before began to see things differently. They apologized to people they had hurt and promised to do better. Maya felt this was a big step forward. It showed that people can change when they learn and listen. Maya also worked with the police leaders to create a special group that would watch over police behavior. This group included members of the community and the police. Their job was to make sure that fairness was always a priority. Maya hoped this would stop problems before they grew. The community began to feel more united. People who had been afraid to speak up started sharing their stories openly. Maya helped by listening and making sure their voices were heard by those in charge. She believed that everyone should have a chance to be heard and respected. Maya remembered the young man Jamal who had been stopped unfairly by Officer Daniels. She met with him again and saw how much stronger he had become. Jamal told Maya that he felt proud to live in a city where people cared about justice. Maya smiled, knowing that her work had made a real difference in his life. Maya's work was not easy. Sometimes she felt tired or frustrated because change was slow, but she never gave up. She knew that helping people and standing for justice was important work. Maya believed that every small step mattered. The story of Maya and Officer Daniels became known in the city. People talked about how one brave woman stood up to unfairness and made a difference. Maya became a symbol of hope and courage. She showed that even one person can change the world around them. Maya continued her career with the FBI, taking on new challenges and helping other communities. But she never forgot the city where she first stood up to injustice. She kept in touch with the people there and cheered on the changes she had helped start in quiet moments. Maya thought about the lessons she had learned. She knew that fairness, respect, and courage are the foundation of a good community. Maya hoped that her story would inspire others to stand up against unfairness, no matter how big or small the problem. Maya's journey was a reminder that change takes time, patience, and strength. It showed that even when the road is hard, doing what is right is always worth it. Maya's story gave hope to many who wanted a better future for themselves and their families. As the sun set over the city, Maya felt peaceful. She knew that the fight for justice would continue, but she was ready. Maya believed that, with kindness and courage, people can build a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. And that was a world worth fighting for.